Good afternoon. How's everyone doing?
Good.
I'm good. I am Colin. I'm a teaching artist in DOE and through a bunch of different private programs in the city. I'm happy to see you all. Let's find some new spaces for you guys because now you are truly in the middle. I just don't want to leave you. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Great. Welcome. Super excited to work with everyone today. Before we get started, I just want to do a quick access check and see if there's anything anyone needs. I've already spoken to a few people, but if there's anything you need today to make sure that you're feeling safe and taken care of physically, mentally, emotionally, feel free to let me know now or at any time today, and we will certainly do our best to accommodate. If you look over here, we have a little agenda of what we're going to do over the course of the next hour plus-ish. Our PD is about stage business today. We'll talk a little bit more about what that means in terms of this day in a moment. We're doing Welcome Now. We'll play a quick warm-up game, and then we'll explore the text that we're going to work with, which is When I Grow Up from Matilda. And then we will do some devising and staging. We'll have a little rehearsal time, and then we're going to go share out with all the other groups in sort of like a round-robin sharing, which could be, who knows, we'll see what it looks like. We will be adaptable. So that's what's on the agenda. Before we start, I also just want to sort of put the emphasis today on like creating a brave space where we can all take risks and make choices that feel new and exciting, test our limits, but don't make anyone feel uncomfortable. So keep that principle in mind today. That's something I try to bring in as a teaching artist to any classroom that I'm working in, just to encourage that kind of environment. Shout out to Patrick, who was a student in a class that I taught before. So very excited to have him here today. Great. Does anybody have any pressing questions about anything before we sort of dive in and talk about this stuff? Cool. So when you hear stage business, what comes to mind? What do you think of? Yes?
Just like lighting, maybe sets being put up, just like anything that goes on around and working on a stage.
Cool. Yes?
Like bits, jokes.
Cool. Yes?
Like the physicality of things between actors when you're acting.
Cool. Yes, absolutely.
The action of the characters living their lives.
Great. Yes?
I think of more of the stuff that I hate to do. Like when I hear business, I think of like organizational things and rehearsal schedules and spreadsheets and costume lists and
For sure.
that stuff.
Yeah. It's helpful for me to hear all this because I have all of these thoughts too, and they were like, do a PD on this. I'm like, what do you mean? So I think for our purposes today, we're going to think about stage business as something that's happening on stage that a performer is doing that is not the primary focus of the scene. So for our sort of group section, we're going to imagine that everything we do today is happening in the show Matilda, but not the direct action, not the Matilda, not the Lavender, Bruce moments, but what everyone else is doing. And thinking about how do you include your full ensemble, your full cast in a number when maybe it's not right there on the page. So rather than having the rest of your actors in the wings singing as loud as they can and leaving 5 people on stage, how do we make space for everyone to be a part of something and also enhance the narrative structure and sort of give more to it as opposed to just throwing people on top? So what we're really going to try to figure out is how we can put a bunch of people on stage today without having them do this. That's kind of the goal. Before we do that, let's warm up. This is a silent warm-up. A lot of you are teaching artists and teachers, so you probably have played this, but play along. We're just going to get our bodies moving and our brains sort of rewired for a second. I will just say, for the purposes of the PD, I think obviously warming up is essential. I know, especially if you're doing something that's product-oriented, there's this great sense of like, I just can't spare these 6 minutes, but you always can spare the 6 minutes. The value of it is so much greater for refocusing. Kids are going through so many different things in their day, and so just sort of like shedding them of the stuff, all the baggage of the day, and bringing them into the space, inviting them to warm up is the most effective way to do that. There's a million ones, but we'll just do one today. So all you have to do is listen and follow my instructions. Modifications for this would be just using your arms or legs in place in a chair if that's more comfortable for you. So when I say start, you'll just move forward. You can move anywhere in any direction around the space. Start. Stop. Start. Stop. Start. Stop. Start. 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 Stop. Clap. Start. Stop. Clap. Clap. Jump. Start. Stop. 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 Start. Stop. Jump. Jump. Clap. Clap. Start. Stop. Start. Stop. Clap. 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 Jump. Start. Stop. Okay, very basic, right? We're moving, we're thinking, we're responding. We're going to flip it on its head, and we're going to make it opposites here. So when I say start, that means
Stop.
and when I say stop, that means great. Let's just layer those two first. Start. Stop. Stop. Start. Stop. 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 Start. Start. Good. So catch yourself, right? If you are mixing it up a little bit, see how can you tune up a little bit, like a little more fine-tuned into the space. Bring even more of yourself into the space right now. Start. Stop. Start. Great. We're going to layer in clap and jump. So clap means jump, and jump means clap. Clap means
Jump.
jump means
Clap.
start. Stop. Start. Clap. Clap. Jump. 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 Start. Stop. Stop. Ooh. Start. Clap. Jump. Jump. Clap. Start. Stop. 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 Start. 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 And start. Stop. Start. Clap. Clap. Jump. Clap. Clap. Jump. Jump. Start. Good, right? So take it to the next level, like tune it up just a little bit more. See if you can bring even more of yourself into the space right now. Start. Stop. Start. Clap. Clap. Jump. Jump. Clap. Start. Stop. Start. Great. Okay, let's come back into a circle. Very nice. Thank you. Any takeaways? Why does something like that help prepare you for what little you know about what we're going to do in a moment? Any thoughts?
Listening, reacting to the people around you.
Yes, exactly. Listening and reacting. Totally. Anything
Following
else?
directions.
Following directions. Basic things we like. Yes.
It keeps you in the moment.
Keeps you in the moment. Totally.
Paying attention to where you are in space.
Paying attention to where you are in space. Yes.
Tuning up your brain.
Yes, totally. Any other thoughts? Yes.
Similar to improv?
Yes, there's definitely an improvisational. This is a great improv warm-up, totally. Another thing I like about it is like we're kind of all in the same boat, right? Like it's challenging, it's not that challenging, but when you mess up, you kind of all are here together, right? So there's this sort of very slight community building aspect to it as well. We are going to, Devin, if you can help me just pass out these sheets. We're going to move on now to sort of having a look narratively. Oh, thank you so much. We're going to just look through the lyrics here a little bit. Again, if you want to grab a chair, if that's more comfy for you, if you're like a floor sitter type person, vibe on that by all means, whatever works for you right now. Just with like a silent show of hands, how many people are familiar with Matilda the musical and or this number?
Which song is it?
When I Grow Up? Great, okay, cool. So just forecasting a little bit, we're going to work with the second half of the number today. There's a different group that's going to do the first half, so they're on for that.
Are there more song sheets because we didn't get?
There should be, maybe. If not, I would ask that we sort of divvy them up so that we can share as much as possible. Cool, so someone who is familiar with the number, can someone just give a slight context of like where we are in the musical, what's happened, very, very lightly? Anybody feel comfortable? Want to do that? Yes?
She comes from an abusive home,
Yeah?
and this is her place of imagination, of
what she would love her life to be.
Totally, absolutely, yes. Matilda comes from an abusive and sort of very not encouraging home space. This is where she gets to use her imagination. And some other kids in the story as well, right? They're kind of stuck in this school that tamps down creativity, individualized expression, and so this is a chance to imagine how they would sort of reclaim adulthood in a way that is more just and sort of exciting. I would love if we could read through them, and we will start on, it's the fourth stanza, When I Grow Up, times 3. Do I have a volunteer who would like to read that stanza? Anyone? Yes, thank you. Yeah.
When I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, I will be strong enough to carry all of the heavy things you have to haul around with you when you're a grown-up.
Great. Next stanza. Yes.
When I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown-up.
Great. Flip it over. Thank you. Next one. Thank you.
When I grow up, I'll have treats every day. I'll play with things that mom pretends and the moms don't think are fun.
Great. Thank you.
And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will spend all day just lying in the sand, and I won't burn because I'll be all grown up when I grow up.
Great. And then we sort of get to this next chunk, which they've asked us to sort of put together, sort of Frankenstein a little bit here. So this is a chunk from another song that kind of fits with this. This is a little chunk from Naughty. If someone would like to read this section, it does narratively make sense, which is helpful. Thank you.
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top, you might as well be saying, you think that that's okay, and that's not right.
Amazing. So just to contextualize, we're going to listen in a second. To contextualize, for our purposes, we're imagining that Matilda, Lavender, Bruce, some of the main kids are all doing something that we're not doing. They have some special choreography, they have some sort of like, I don't know, fancy solo moves, not my problem, right? We are the rest of the ensemble today. So when you're listening, keep that in mind, and then we'll just have a quick chat about what pops into your head, what images, what colors, what shapes do you see, what inspires you when you hear it. All right. All right, so that's what we've got. Just hearing it, now that you've read it, we've talked a little bit about it. What pops into your head? No wrong answers here. Just sort of popcorn anything out.
There's a lot of like strong, brave, fight.
Yes.
the music has a tempo, I don't know how to say it correctly, but like the tempo is high. It's like it's raising, you know, strengthening. She keeps talking about how she wants to grow up and it keeps on rising.
Cool, yeah.
Dreamy.
Dreamy, yes.
Some colors.
Hopeful. Someone said
Colors, bright colors.
bright colors.
An element of longing and like reaching out, like looking beyond yourself as something that you want. Like I think of a kid like holding their mom but looking across the street, like doing something.
Totally, yeah.
Because of the repetition, I see like mirroring of movements, like kids copying each other in waves.
Awesome.
basically.
Yeah.
The way the music is composed, it's kind of whimsical, like childlike.
Yes, absolutely.
Like a sense of unity, like all together. When they grow up, they can carry it all. They can like fight the creatures together.
Yes, sure. Right, we're talking about a school where they're sort of down together and they can then be up together. Yeah. Great, this is all really good. So when we're creating and devising in a moment, we're going to think about stage business as different from choreography in that it relies less or not at all on the counts, right? We're not going to be counting today and thinking about, you know, making sure that we're hitting every step in the right spot. And so we're relying on the lyrics to know when we're changing from one thing to the next. And we're hoping to use sort of everyday life things to sort of inspire the movement that we create. So if you think about like really simple things that are accessible and identifiable for all of your students, like brushing your teeth, putting on a coat, using an umbrella, those are all things that can be turned into a sort of creative movement that can enhance the storytelling. So that's sort of how that will differ from the choreography as well today. What I would love to do now is to get into 3 roughly equal-sized groups. You guys can just sort of clump up into the groups in like the next 20 seconds. That would be great. And then we'll find our own spaces. Great. Amazing. Okay. So this group will be group number 1. This group will be group number 2. Amazing. And this group will be group number
3.
Cool. We are going to look at sort of the space as if this is our stage, our playing space here. So we eventually will work group 1, group 2, and group 3 like that. Just like basically for basic staging, right? We're talking about doing this pretty quick and dirty. Right now we're trying to get like half a number staged in 40 minutes. Thinking about a simple philosophy is like we read left to right, so if your staging goes that way, it will be easier for the audience to understand. Very basic thing. So let's, we can stay where we are for now and then move into those places in a moment. We're gonna think about the first section, which is when I grow up, I will be strong enough to carry all the heavy things you have to haul around with you when you are a grown up. We will come up with one codified movement as a group for when I grow up line, but I'd love for each group to now take 2 minutes to figure out something that you're carrying, how you're carrying it, whether you're carrying it as a group, whether you're individually all carrying something, what are you hauling around, right? So think about what people haul around in their life. Are you hauling around a bag, a sack, a rock, a boulder, a box, a basket on your head? There's no wrong answer here, but come to a decision in your group and then think about how that might look. So I'm gonna ask you to make a decision and then in 2 minutes, show me that. So work with your group now. And I'm gonna put the music on just so you have a little like background track in here as well.
Really good there. Whatever, we all have the same idea. Who cares? No, but that's still like shoulder. Yeah, shoulders, right? There's a metaphor with feeling like the world on your shoulders.
Putting stuff in a basket or a
Backpack. I feel like backpack because that feels like.
But I think it can be anything with shoulders. Why couldn't it be like think of something you would carry?
And once you have it, just get up on your feet and start playing with it.
Yeah.
Get to your feet as soon as you can.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of right.
I feel like we spend a few like a line filling it up.
Yeah, so like that, and then we have like that kind of like they're.
Good, take 1 more minute, try it out, try it with your group.
So it's all good. When I grow up, I will be strong and brave. I feel like I feel like I want to fill it up at first, whatever that looks like to you.
heavy things to haul.
Can we, I think there's like a transition. There's that one shoulder. So it's so heavy. So like if I turn it.
Oh yeah. Maybe we get partners and sort of.
And do like
HR men. So we're stuffing and then boom. Yeah.
Say that again?
Stuffing fillers and then put it on.
Put it on my.
So everybody has a partner?
But that could be group three. Group three. Or you two could both put it on. That's what I was gonna say. Like in the middle of it. That is cute. That is so cute.
Except we don't want to be in a circle though, right? We don't want to be in a circle because the audience is there. Like the audience is over there.
3 rows.
The audience is going to be
There's one right here, one right here. Yeah. So 3 rows. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got the movement, right? We pick it up.
Pick it up.
All right. Really quickly, everyone, I'm going to say something. When I finish my phrase, I want you to go, hush. So I'm going to say, and a hush fell over the crowd. Cool. Welcome back. We're going to share these really quick. I'm looking for a suggestion. Someone be bold, take a brave moment here. What is the one codified movement that we can do every time our group is responsible for when I grow up? Anybody have a suggestion? What's one thing we can do that looks like or tells the story of growing up? Simple thing with our body. Yeah. Yes?
Fist in the air.
Fist in the air, yes, right? So giving as much student choice, actor choice in the space helps to just create more buy-in. They have more responsibility for the product that you're creating, they own it more, they care about it more. So yes, fist in the air. So group 1, when I grow up, yeah. Group 2, you have the second, when I grow up. Group 3, you have the third, when I grow up.
Do we keep it up till all 3 are up?
Yeah, let's do it. Great question. So we'll try that, and then when we get to the section that's about hauling around, do your hauling, and let's see what it looks like. Haul! Good, so you have longer, right? You have through all of that phrase until the next. And a hush fell over the crowd. You have through all of that phrase with the instrumental section until the next, when I grow up. So take the time to be more deliberate, right? I saw a lot of people using their whole bodies. Use your whole bodies. We were already starting to play with levels, height, right? How high, how low. Amazing that you're already doing that. Keep adding more of that, right? The more variation we see, the more there is to look at. We're building a clearer stage picture. Let's do that one more time. And keep playing it through to the next when I grow up. Love this. Oh, amazing! Good, back to when I grow up.
I got chills.
Good, pause. Okay, great, excellent, love it. Stop singing. Okay. So same thing, but now we're talking about brave enough to fight the creatures. So figure out what that looks like. Are you using a sword? Are you using mind control? Are you using magic? We're all adults here, but if I was doing this with a group of kids, I would say, hey, first things first, don't touch anyone else, right? Because you got that 1 7th grader that's like, boom, here we go, okay? So keep it safe, keep it responsible in the space. Come to a conclusion about how your group fights those creatures under the bed.
Is it all of us team one, or is it stay our partners?
Just really quickly, I heard a question here and I just want to highlight it, right? Like, are we all fighting one creature? Are we fighting partners, right? Think about those things, right? Is one person the fighter and one person the creature? Is the whole ensemble the creature and there's one fighter? There's endless possibilities to tell the story.
This is going to happen right there.
We have upstairs.
Prepare for battle with the phrase and then we go right into it. Just working on the subject of the brave enough.
could we get into like a position of strength of all of us doing like that? Like a position of strength, like a choreographed thing, if it was all here, and then it's all of us against.
The creature, like,
Yeah,
or
well,
it's so
like it use that, yeah.
maybe we change our formation here.
Yeah.
Not like
Yeah, like a formation.
So do you want to stand full, like, where we agree that we're unison for this getting stronger, but then maybe just to change our physical direction
or strength.
or
It's both each other, or there's two sides.
I feel like I should push you
And then do we each there is the audience.
which way do you want to cross?
And then the last line is, and then to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown up, to become a grown up.
Take one more minute. One more minute.
We beat you. And then you're at fault.
Oh, a topple back because they're like set up like.
Oh, that's really cool.
Top it out. Okay. So on. Okay.
Topple like that.
To be a grown up.
Yeah. Right? And you're like that.
Do something celebratory.
All right, and a hush fell over the crowd. Okay, let's look at this next section. Remember, you have a little more time than I think most people are realizing you have, right? There's a little bit of musical phrase afterwards. So keep working through it. If you don't know what to do, just repeat something or try something, right? This is the rehearsal space. Okay. I think we'll go from the beginning here. Keep doing it. Amazing. Let's look at that one more time. One more time.
To be a grown up.
I think we can take a little more time before we take our
And a hush fell over the crowd. I'm noticing just some slightly different versions of this, so I think if we just make it specific, it will help us. Not that it's choreography, but it's almost that. I saw someone going sort of like, when I grow up, so that it's sort of coming down and then you're all the way up on the up. Yeah? Cool? All right, let's do that all one more time.
Now I got it.
Looks really cool. Something I'm seeing happening in like 85-90% of people is that most people are doing what they're doing in this sort of exaggerated half speed. So I think if you feel comfortable doing that, go with it, right? Because it seems like that's naturally happening, that it's kind of this like epic movement stuff. So just vibe on that. That's cool. Okay, so for the next section, we're going to try to use a little bit of like freeze framing stuff so that we can make sure that each group gets a chance to like have their moment, because otherwise you'll have the seventh graders like, but I want to. It's like, okay, we'll get there. So we're gonna do. We have when I grow up. So this one's 2. So we'll do when I grow up. Second arm on the other one.
Everybody together.
Everybody together. Yes, thank you, Devin. We'll hold group 2 and 3. You'll hold and freeze, and you guys will eat treats. However you want to eat your treats. Group 1. And then when your phrase ends, you will freeze wherever you are. And group 2 will, what comes after the treats? Oh, play with things that moms don't think they'll like. So what is that, right? Is it video games? Is it some kind of toy? Is it building blocks? Whatever it is. You'll do that through your phrase and then freeze. And then group 3, you have this lying in the sun and sort of taking in all the sun. And then we will all unfreeze for, and I won't burn because I'll be all grown up. And for that, let's see what happens naturally when we get there, and then we'll sort of figure out how to set and codify that moment. So take a moment or two to figure out how you want to eat your treats, how you want to play with things moms won't like, and how you guys want to sunbathe. So take about 2 minutes with your group.
Yeah, we have like one person who has a bowl and everybody grabs things together.
What, you fought some monsters and you're like, Mom, that was so good.
I saw Mom smoking.
Oh yeah, didn't Ralphie have a giant gun?
I could juggle this.
Didn't he want a BB gun?
We take props off the shelf.
Dangerous animal.
All right, we're all doing a different.
Are we all doing
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different, me, you can do
We're doing this. Because I'll be in this pose, here, and I'll be in that, and that.
You just-
Yeah.
I don't know, I felt like maybe paper airplane.
Oh yeah, darts. And then
So you're not the adult in this, or you're. Oh no, maybe you should be that. You just killed the monsters. You're the adult watching us play.
Just smoking a cigarette. But I mean, that's what it was before parents. Like our parents were kind of.
Yeah. So are you really gonna be the parent watching us play? Well, this is the British thing.
They're kids, they don't have it. It's the same.
I think her parents would have done both at
That
the
is
same
true.
time. And true.
And worse.
I feel like kids like cigarettes. Like, just look at it.
I know, it's hilarious.
I love it.
So we do.
You got the long section. Just lying in the sun, everyone comes in there.
What about admiring the shapes of
Just lying down.
How about if we do a wave and just put it down? Like if I go first and then second, then it goes everybody like down, and then lay down. You know what I mean? But it's like a wave, which is like just.
So we're already down there, right? That's what you're saying. Do you agree that? Because the monsters are down there, so the monsters don't.
This group has a little more work to do, so I'm going to give them 1 more second to figure it out.
It's the same thing, I don't think.
Or I don't know. I said we have several options. We got all the options. Because we have one where we're making the sun, some of us are staying down, some of us are staying out. So we haven't tried any of them.
Yeah, just try it. See whatever comes up.
You guys want to be the sun? Yeah? Okay, cool.
All right, and a hush fell over the crowd. Let's give it a try. It doesn't have to be perfect. We can adjust as need be. And then when we get to that section, and I won't burn because I'll be all grown up, just see what happens, right? I'll try to keep my eyes peeled, look around, see what your neighbors are doing. You do whatever feels good, and then we'll figure out what we think is the right thing. So remember, when I grow up, the second, when I grow up, and then freeze frame, freeze frame, freeze frame. Yeah, and we'll fix it if we need to. All right. Everyone. Good. You're frozen. You're unfrozen. Frozen. Unfrozen. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. Everyone. Okay, great. Great. Love that. I saw, how did you guys pull that off? I felt like you were almost not there and then you did this amazing thing. That was so cool. So just keep the freezes really sharp, right? If you're frozen, keep yourself really frozen. And when you finish the moment, really know that you're going to be sort of frozen in that pose. So 1, make it comfortable and accessible for your body. And 2, make it as sharp and facing the audience as you can. Let's do that one more time. I saw a lot of people sort of coming out into the I won't burn moment with like sort of spreading arms. So if that feels good, let's try that. Let's do that one more time.
We're keeping our arms up for the freeze.
Yes, keep your arms up when you're frozen. Exactly. Yes, good question.
I'm free Nancy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys are- we're down. We're down. Yeah, exactly.
All right, get ready for the double when I grow up, coming soon.
Yeah, we're like,
Here we go. Everyone. Okay, this looks awesome. Does anybody have a question about something that we've done so far? Okay, great. Then we're going to do all of that chunk together, and then we'll move into the next chunk. I think now is the time for group 2 to emerge over here.
You're asking for it. Are we facing downstage? That's a theater term. Thanks.
After we don't burn,
Yeah.
are we going back?
Vicky has suggested, and I won't burn because I'll be all grown up when I grow up. I like that. Good job. Yeah. All right.
yeah, freeze like that.
All right, now I gotta remember what we're doing.
Where am I keeping this?
Right here.
Here we go. Still going for a while. Looks really, really good. I think still on the first one, everyone's thinking that you're off the hook a little sooner with the carrying stuff than you are. So just slow it down, right? You don't need to create more content, but just bring the tempo down a little bit more, go deeper into that slow motion vibe. Whatever, I'm sorry, my friend with the scarf, I don't know your name, but whatever this thing is brilliant. It's so fun.
It's a serpent.
It's great. It's sort of like a whimsical serpent that's really taking the space. Yes. Awesome. Yes.
I'm a little confused about what happens on the double when I grow up. So group 1 is still going first, and then everyone else is coming in.
Great question. So the double when I grow up is everyone together. When I grow up,
Okay.
right? And then you stay frozen. They do the treats. You stay frozen. They do the toys, serpent, and then they stay frozen while you guys do the sun thing. Yeah? Okay. Let's do that one more time, and then we'll talk about the next section.
Yes, the next section.
Oh, also, so here's the thing about the singing also. Like, we're not meant to have to learn the singing. Thank you. But I've advocated for the track to be played. There was a suggestion that just the piano would be playing. I think that's not setting anyone up for success. So if you want to sing along, feel free, but there's no obligation to sing. Yeah.
Would you like the accent?
Of course. There is an obligation for that. Yeah.
You'll be thinking in a British accent.
Yeah, spread it out, slow it down, elongate it. I just realized there's
Thanks, I'll be back.
Good, we're gonna go back one section. You guys are just a little late on the, and I won't burn because I'll be, you guys are just coming, this group, you're so in your sunbathing.
I take off my jacket, and then my kids would yell,
Definitely gonna get burned if you say that. Cool, let's actually, just in the interest of time, think about this next section. Let's listen to it first, and then we'll talk about it. With our ears. With our ears.
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and carry it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let the little thing like little stop you. If you stick around and let them get on top of you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right.
Okay, so this section's trickier because at least for myself, when I hear it, it just sounds like dancing, right? It doesn't feel as much like this sort of, we can sort of flow through the moves, right? But we still want to try to figure out how we can keep it in the stage business world, assuming that maybe your principal characters are downstage and kind of doing their moment there. So does anything pop into anyone's head based on the principles that we've used for the last 3 sections? Yes?
Well, I think the first thing, because we all kind of want some locomotor movement, I think we should probably readjust our lines because the same people are in the front, like do a little walking, like going to work, whatever.
Like it's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Great.
that. Like angry walking.
So, what is the point of view of that sort of movement? Is it is it adults sort of stuck in the trance?
I was thinking like it's the grind of going to your school every morning and have to teach, and you're like,
yeah. Great.
Like
Okay.
kids
Great.
stomping off because.
but they're acting like when they see their parents like walking to work or anything. So they're.
Great. So let's see what happens if we use the sort of principles of sharing the space in our warm up to sort of trudge through your lines and kind of move around. I think we can afford to not stay in groups 1, 2, and 3. I think we can move through the whole space. And if you were in the front, maybe it's nice if you find yourself in the back. But if that's not your personality, that's okay. And we'll try that through. The end of nothing will change, and then we'll make an adjustment after that. So let's try that section. And can you, tell me your name?
Josh.
Josh, can you just say that again? You were sort of talking about trudging through this sort of childhood misery.
It's like life's not fair, and they're looking at the adults, so they're like, kind of being like, oh, you're going to work or whatever. But you're not actually like an adult would be.
Right.
You're very.
So what I'm seeing, right, is the idea, the sort of child perception idea of things weighing on you, right? Like, how does that feel? Yeah. So let's just see what it looks like. We'll give it a shot here.
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and carry it, nothing will change.
Great. And then you sort of found yourself in a new spot. The next section we have is, even if you're little, you can do a lot. Mustn't let a little thing like little stop you, right? So there's a narrative shift here. It's not so much this like, I'm trudging, everything's terrible, and now it's like, well, maybe there's a little bit of hope. So again, thinking on the principles we used in the first 3 sections, is there something that anyone pops into your mind that would sort of work here? Josh!
If we're being adults and this is what an adult is, and we're like this, if we actually come down and we're like,
oh boy. Great.
And like we're happy but we're smaller.
We're happy but we're smaller. Cool. Yes, please don't make us do this.
No, I was just saying, like, so what if we split in half now and like this side did like the little, like, or little, but they can do like the you can do a lot, like we both make a different post.
Yeah, I love that. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little, maybe you're coming back up, right? We were sort of doing like a,
maybe
little stop. You have the word stop there. Stop you.
Stop you.
Yeah, maybe spin, maybe hand. If you sit around and let them get on top, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. That's the next section. So let's go back to the Josh March, and then we'll get into this little.
Can we actually, on grin and bear it, either all grin at the audience or grin at each other?
Yeah, and I think,
Grin.
yeah, let's try. We haven't done anything direct, like really audience interactive. So let's try that. Let's try. Is it? Did you say Vicky?
Yeah.
Let's do a
Onward,
big
grin and
grin.
bear
Yeah.
it, and then go back to trudging.
What if we can, like, if we're trudging along and then we're
Yes.
and we're still moving?
Yeah. So just whip that head out and give that. All right. Let's see how it goes. Good idea.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Yes. Great. Yeah, I think that kind of works. I think just find the moment where we're hitting it, right?
Yeah, it's a little, right?
It's on the little.
Too
Yeah.
early, yeah.
Yeah.
Can we all do the stop? It seems like.
Yeah, can we do it out to the audience?
Sure. I'm down with it. Let's try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that'd be chill.
Yeah, like,
Should we, just a quick about the grin and bear it, do you think we should all, as soon as it's grin and bear it, that no matter what happens, we keep grinning at the audience and we like do the little, you know.
I almost ran into someone, so I'd love a grin pause,
Yes.
like a grin and bear it, and then keep
Yes. Thank you. Great. Yeah. So we obviously want to keep everyone safe. So
grin and bear it.
whip the face, grin, and after bear it, we can go back into our movie. The energy of the grin and bear it looks really great.
And the
Yeah.
poses are little, lot, little, stop.
Little lot, little, everyone stop.
Stop. One arm, two. What's the vibe?
Everyone.
Love it.
Yeah, I think whatever you want, right? And in the spirit of this isn't choreography, I think we can, yeah, totally vibe with that. I have my own thoughts about the last line, but it just at some point it's just too much moving. You know what I mean? But let's do this again and then see where we're at.
from the same place.
From the same place. Yes.
Trudging.
So if we're doing a stop on grin, when do we start walking in? Grin and bear?
Grin and bear it. Back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are we at before this? We're
Trudging.
Yeah, no, but
Yes.
Oops, I did it too soon.
It was one for me. I thought it was two, but my hand stood there.
But I did it too soon.
Oh, you did?
Great. Almost. We're almost there, right? Questions? I think we just need to do it one more time. Yeah?
And then give us your idea.
That's very strong.
Directorial vision.
I know it's your star moment. I don't even know who you are.
Star.
All right.
All right, here we go. Nice.
Right, I know. I was like saving the space for somebody.
Yes. Exactly. Yep. Great. I think for the last section, let's see if we can just try sort of bringing up that, like, slowly bringing up the sort of pointer finger, and then we can do a little bit of like might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and then see if we try, and that's not right, and just finish like that. I think we should just keep it simple for them. So you can sort of gently bring it up.
Oh, we're
already here.
You're here.
Here. Stop. Here.
And we just stay
And that's not right. Yeah, let's see how it looks. If it's super boring, we'll add something to it. But okay, so one more time this tag section, and we'll add in the finger in the last beat, and then we'll do the whole thing.
All right. Love it.
You guys look amazing. We're gonna be to all of us now. have the cast.
It has now.
And a hush fell over the crowd.
Hush.
A little bit of time to do this. It's okay. Yes!
It's like a wave. What if we start and it goes down that way? Wait,
What if we turn to each other?
Take a moment.
Cool. Let's try, just in the interest of the amount of time we have left, let's try the turning, because it's easier than organizing the wave. So let's just go back to that section. Stay where you are. Yes!
What if we do it to the audience for one line and to the other person for the next line?
Great,
Just
okay.
like forward and then.
Yes, go, great. Tell me your name.
Sarah.
Sarah suggested, just to create some variety, which I think is people were craving because it felt like a long time. Let's do for the first line, you're looking at each other, and then for the last line, we'll take it out to the audience, and then we'll finish with that. Okay?
That's not.
Thank you, Sarah.
Just that section again. Out to the audience. Cool. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. So play the tape back in your mind. Don't use the word tape because they don't know what that means. But
I made you a star, Matthew.
Yeah, you
Star.
Backpack.
good. Let's just take a big deep breath into your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out on any sound that feels good for you. Great, and have fun.
Yeah, we're doing it from the top. Still Matilda.
Slow it down. Really deliberate movement. Really deliberate. Yes. It's still going. Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Think of your dreams.
And here we go. Yes. Good, and hold the pose at the end. Great. Questions, thoughts, needs, moments that you felt truly miserable during. Yes.
Finger wagging, what's the order?
Finger wagging first to each other, then to the audience.
Okay. When you switch.
What's that?
When you switch from each other to the
Great. So your finger wagging to each other during, if you sit around and let them get on top of you, and then switch to the audience, might as well be saying, you think that it's okay. Yeah, that's not right. The only section that was a little was the super quick freezes. So just make sure that you're really hitting those freeze moments during the treats, play, and sun. We'll do it one more time really quickly, and then we're going to share out in the group. And I think we're going second. And like you guys all know this, but I'm just reminding you because this is a PD and it's a thing for you to take away, but cheat out when you can cheat out. Give me your face when you give me your face. You guys are all doing such amazing, like, expressive work, so make sure you don't take that away from the audience. Give it to the audience. Oh, they're going to get it.